right here. Today is a big day. We're doing truck mods today. So I'm out here with the blaster and we're gonna do a quick mod on the exhaust system. Let me show you what we've got going. So right there on the left, that big old brown thing, that huge thing, that is the factory exhaust system on a Ford Raptor with the 6.2 V8, which is what mine has. So what we're gonna replace it with is this guy right here. And I just got this in the mail. This is from my friend at Rick at Freedom Motorsports set me up with this. This is an MBRP. This is what's called a dump exhaust, and it is exactly what the name implies. When it's installed on the truck, it's going to be like that. So it comes off the header pipe, which is by the front, up by the right behind the front cross member and all that. It angles back up into the frame so that your muffler and your tip and all that is shielded. Now naturally you can look at this and say, yeah, that sure looks like it's going to be loud, and you bet your ass it's going to be a little louder than stock, but it's also weighs a lot less. It's a lot cleaner. We don't have this stuff. This is the other major advantage. See all that? Well, the rear differential goes right through here, and your springs are in this area. And if you are going to be modifying the suspension of your truck, you have all that junk in the way. Well, not with this, we don't. So it's going to make future mods to the truck easier. The cost on this is very reasonable, under 400 bucks. It's made out of stainless steel. It's a good looking unit, and it's going to take us all of about, I don't know, 30 or 40 minutes to bolt this sucker into the truck. And the only tools we need is a 9/16 socket wrench and a 9/16 box wrench. That's it. That is the exhaust outlet. And this is the first hanger that we're going to need. And it hooks up from this pipe to this hanger here. You can't see it, it's off your screen, but it hangs right here on the frame. This is the factory hanger, and it rattled way up here because I've kind of, to tell you the truth, been sort of taking a few trips through the neighborhood with no muffler, you know. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It was a lot of fun. Be a great time to have three hands. Okay. Nope, those are not long enough. Great, everybody. Guess who is running to Home Desperate now? Alright, everybody. We're back. We got some 3.5 inch bolts, which are going to be the ones we need, because the 3s are just that much too short. We're going to see how it works now. It sure helped to have 3 hands. So actually, I'm just going to let that drop. Start that bolt. Who's the smarty pants now? Now, let's put this, we're gonna try, actually, I'm gonna install this the wrong way first, so that I can have a third hand real quick. Washer, lock washer, get this sucker started. Meant to go like this and sit up inside the frame. Hallelujah. That is exactly what we want to see. Wrench. We're not going to crank these bolts down right now because we need to get our muffler on and we need to get the next hanger on so that all the parts are just hanging there ready to go, and we will tighten it up once we have everything loosely fitted in its position. Actually, I kind of like that. Okay, everybody. Hello, I'm back. As you can see, these parts, they're wiggling around. They're just kind of loosely hanging here. The last thing that we have to hook up is this tailpipe. So it's just like this, right there, okay? And just straight down. So everything's kind of a little loose right now. This hanger, this clamp hanger goes through a rubber grommet up here. It's factory. I know it's out of your field of view. I'm sorry about that, but not really a lot I can do. And then to straighten the whole thing up, it's going to sit like this. So the way that I'm installing this, my hangers are actually facing backwards. On the factory exhaust, the hangers faced forward, right? But this exhaust doesn't work that way, because if I turn this one over to get this piece going this way, the bolts would be up on top. It'd be murder to try and get this clamp installed. So, and then the same thing with this too. In fact, this isn't even workable to try and have this hanger going forward, so it has to go like this. So, and I don't want to try and tighten, I don't want everything bone tight right out of the gate either. I want to be able to shift it around and have the clamp and everything else kind of right where I want it. Right lined up nice. Like this guy needs to come back a little bit. We need to slide, make sure the muffler is slid up tight on this pipe. It's tight, basically as tight as we can get it. That's looking good. So we'll tighten a few cranks on each side. We don't want to crank one side down bone tight and then have the other side with just a little bit of nut. We want it looking pretty good on both sides. There are slots cut in this muffler pipe. I hope you can see there's one right here, and it's so that the pipe can be clamped down. We want the clamp on that part of the pipe. You can kind of see, I mean, this is actually a pretty simple mod. I'm not extraordinarily gifted mechanically or anything like that. And it's pretty well coming right together for me. So we're gonna now hold this up and do the same thing we did up front. We're gonna tighten a little bit on each side. And we want to make sure that it's good and snug. And we've got lock washers, so once you see that metal start to compress down, and this tailpipe is pretty solid, you know, we'll give her a little more, but we're not looking to kink the pipe. This thing doesn't have to be death camp tight on there. So we got that. We'll make sure this guy's snugged up. Seems pretty good. Don't want to lose any parts. And now we're going to go up here and we're going to tighten up that flange, and that's it. Actually, this thing will be installed. There are no rattles. So now I'm going to leave those tools here, and I'm going to go do you the biggest favor anybody's going to do you today. I'm going to start my truck up right in your face. Wow! That is a load of awesomeness, baby. test driving the truck after putting in our new exhaust system. And I bet you can hear it. I can sure hear it. It is significantly louder, and it has a nice deep throaty kind of boom to it. I love it. I love it. This is awesome. And all the windows are closed right now too, by the by. That's with windows closed. So here, I'll give you a little something. We'll roll down the front two windows. Get around this tricky little curve here. And it will give you good taste. There's a lot to like there. Lot to like. Now I could have wasted $1,300 on a Corsa exhaust system that would have still had pipe running over the rear end. It was just as big and heavy as the factory exhaust. And instead of that, thanks to my buddy Rick over at Freedom Motorsports, I got this MBRP turn down style, or you can call it a turn down or a dump style exhaust. It's a lot shorter, it's a lot simpler. It does not have pipe going over the rear axle. The exhaust exits actually just underneath the truck. There's just a little turn down tip right there, right after the muffler. So the system is smaller, it weighs less, it does not clutter up the rear axle area with unnecessary pipe, which is what the factory system does. And most all the aftermarket systems are that way too. You have pipe running out past the rear end, and the problem with that is that you have exposed parts, and if you're going to be off-roading pretty hard, those parts can get damaged, torn off, smashed, whatever. It's just they're just not needed. It's really not needed at all. That's my opinion anyway. So I ended up getting this system for a little under $400, and I'm very happy with it. Very super happy, totally super happy. This was a great mod, didn't cost that much. You can hear this truck coming now. People look at it, wonder what the hell is going on there. Not that, I mean, it was never a discrete vehicle to start with. So anyway, this exhaust, I'm thrilled, over the moon, loving it. So thanks to Rick and you know, the guys that got it sent out and everything. Totally perfect. Love it.